Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be an updates video. My recently tried makeup bin is overflowing. Not quite, but it's pretty full, and there's a lot of new fall releases that are about to start coming out, so I think it is the perfect time to empty it. Plus I have been trying a lot of these products for the past 2 to 3 months now, and I have a really good idea of what I think about them. I've tried most of these several times. Some of them are fantastic and some of them did not work for me. So I can't wait to share with you what the updates are. If you're excited for today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and get started with a couple of new fragrances I have tried recently, both of which I love. The first one I want to talk to you guys about is this one right here. This is the Rare Beauty Eau de Parfum, or the Rare Eau de Parfum, and this fragrance, I mean, the packaging is beautiful, and there's a lot of talk online about how this packaging is great for people with disabilities because you can press the whole thing at you, and that is fantastic. But I want to emphasize to you guys that that is not the only reason why this fragrance is fantastic. It smells so freaking good. This smells fantastic. It is strong and it is sensual and it lasts for a very long time on your body. When I first smelled this, first of all, hold on, I want to commend Selena Gomez and her team because they have great noses, okay? Every single scent they've put into products throughout the years and that they've come out with, I absolutely love. This other fragrance right here from Rare Beauty, it's called Find Comfort Eau de Parfum, and it came out, I believe, in a kit. I don't know that you could get it on its own, but this is so freaking good as well. I would have fully finished this by now if it wasn't for the fact that I literally save it. I put very little of this on because I don't want it to ever end. I just looked it up and you can't get this I don't think anymore, but it is the same scent that's in their hair and body mist, just the eau de parfum version of it, and I just love, again, love that scent. And I love Selena Gomez's nose and her team's noses because they pick fragrances that I really love. Anyways, before I went down that tangent, I wanted to tell you guys about the notes of this one. The scent type says warm and sweet gourmands, and the key notes are caramel, vanilla, and sandalwood. Now that it's mentioned, I can smell the sweetness of the caramel in here, but it doesn't smell caramel-y. Like, it doesn't really smell like caramel. That was not a note I would have envisioned in here, just so you know. It says, warm and decadent with a touch of spice, this gourmand fragrance evolves with every passing moment, lingering for up to 12 hours. Caramel and pistachio give way to rich vanilla and spicy ginger, then dries down to earthy sandalwood. So I guess it also has pistachio in there. It smells delightful and I absolutely love it. And since we're on the subject of caramel, I also wanted to update you on a different fragrance I tried recently that I've also really been loving. I have it in my bedroom, so I'm going to just put a picture of it right here. It's the Queen's Caramel scent from Ellie's Brooklyn. This is another gourmand scent that also smells really good, and this one, I feel like the Rare Beauty one is a year-round evening fragrance for me, but this Queen's Caramel one I think is perfect for the fall and holiday seasons. This one's described as a warm and spicy scent type warm and sweet gourmand. So the descriptions of both are very similar. Now the keynotes of this one are caramel, whipped coconut, and milky musks. It says it is a delicate and royal treat. This warm and sweet gourmand perfume is an ode to delectable decadence. Notes of caramel, maple sugar, white chocolate, pink salt, and milky musk indulge your senses. This also smells incredibly delicious and I highly recommend it. Moving on to the makeup products in my bin right here that I also need to update you on, and I'm just going to start picking them out. Usually when I do these updates video, I sometimes organize these in different categories, but I didn't have time to do that today, and Evelyn might wake up from her nap any second, so we're just gonna get into it. Let's start with this right here. This is the Idol Flutter Extension Mascara. This is the mascara that I am wearing today. It has the most unique wand. It's thin. It's like a plasticky one, which are usually not my favorite, but when I tell you, this wand picks up every single little lash in your eyeballs, and it thickens them and it lengthens them and it separates them in the most beautiful and natural way. I've been using this mascara non-stop since I tried it, and I think it gives super beautiful, delicate results. And even with pretty sparkly kind of dramatic makeup like I'm wearing today, I don't feel the need to add lashes on top. I could if I wanted extra drama, but I feel happy with just the mascara, and that to me is indicative of how much I like it, because usually whenever I do my eyes I always want to put on lashes unless I'm loving the mascara. So I'm loving this mascara, and I actually had a couple of mascara wins recently because there's another mascara that I have also been really loving, and that is the Kosas Soul Gazer mascara. Now this one is a newer mascara, as in it came out at Sephora kind of recently, but they sent it to me early. I've been trying it for a couple of months now, and I feel very similarly about this one as I do the Lancome one. It also has a plastic wand. This one has a bit more of an hourglass shape, which is more what I'm used to, but it also has a beautiful wand that picks up every single hair. It layers beautifully. It gives you separated long thick lashes. These are not the most dramatic mascaras I've ever tried, but I do really like that they're also not chunky in their application. They separate your lashes beautifully and honestly give you beautiful results. I think I like the Idol one slightly more than the Kosas one, but the Kosas one keeps getting better and better and better the more I use it. So right now I feel like they're tied. The Kosas one is most likely a bit more affordable, so you guys do with that information what you will. I really like both of them. I recommend them. They're great. I don't know why I threw my Sky High mascara in this bin. This is a new color for me, which is the brown color, which I tried recently. I picked it up from Walmart. I've loved this drugstore mascara for years now, ever since it came out years ago, and I like that they have expanded the different colors they offer. I'm not someone to use brown mascara often, but I was honestly very curious about it, and I really liked the result. It gave me super dramatic long thick lashes. I actually really liked the brown color of it as well. It gave the look overall a bit more warmth to it, and I've kept on wearing it since. Maybe brown mascara is my next thing, who knows. I really liked it. I really liked trying brown mascara, so I'll continue to play with that. I need to update you on this next product before I fully finished it, because when I tell you I have not put the Uniform Skin Tint from Merit down. I have been mentioning this in so many videos ever since I tried it. It's crazy that I haven't officially updated you on it, because I haven't stopped wearing it since I got it, which is honestly the best possible sign for a product that I love. I'm actually wearing it again today. This product has a beautiful buildable light coverage. It gives my skin lots of hydration. It's got mineral SPF 45, but it feels lightweight and not suffocating on the skin at all. It has great radiance to it. This can cover up redness beautifully. It doesn't necessarily have quite a medium coverage, but it covers enough that I'm happy with the amount of redness coverage I get from it. The most important thing for me though is lightweight. It sinks right into the skin. It looks flawless. It feels flawless on the face, and it lasts for a very long time. As I said, I've been using it super often since I got it a few months ago, and that is the best sign that this is a product I absolutely love. Another product I've worn every chance I've gotten since I bought it is these duos from the Myrics right here. Now, as I predicted when I first reviewed this, my favorite thing about them is not the metallic shades, this half of them. My favorite thing about them is absolutely 100% the foils. In fact, I'm wearing one of my foils today, the one called Twilight Gleam from Duo number 2, and I've worn these multiple times since I bought this product. I really hope for the future that you would be able to get just the foils on their own, because I would add more of these to my collection. I just really love how beautiful and seamless these go on, how great they combine with powders. I have powders all around them today. I love the cooling sensation when they touch the eyelids, and the fact that because it's a cream product, they don't fly all over the place and they don't have any fallout underneath the eyes. This is a fantastic product. If I remember correctly, these are around $38 each, which I thought was a bit pricey, but you do get 2 different eyeshadow sticks in here, not one. In my recent Will I Buy It video, I talked about the milk cream eyeshadows that are coming out soon that look super shiny in their packaging, and those are $20 each, and you would be getting this essentially rather than the duo. So technically, even though I thought at first these were pretty pricey, I don't see it like that anymore. I feel like they're fine. If you love shimmering, glimmering eyeshadows, if you want your eyes to shine like mine do today, and you usually have problems with powder shadows falling under your eyes or creasing or whatever, these are kind of the solution to your problem. So definitely consider grabbing these. You are not going to regret it. Let's talk about the Professional foundation next, and this one is fantastic, but if you have dry skin like I do, it's not going to become your next new favorite foundation. I think this is great if you have combination skin or oily skin, and you're absolutely going to love it. But if you have very dry skin like I do, it's pretty matte looking and it gets a little dry looking throughout the day. Not like flaky matte. It doesn't break up hard from like being dry or anything like that, but you do look very matte, and it does create that bit of like dry texture to your skin. If you have dry skin like I do, you know what I'm talking about. So this is not for my dry girlies. This is for my combination skin girlies, for my oily skin girlies. You're absolutely going to love it. It's super thin, sinks right into the skin, incredible coverage, and it gives your pores a really nice blur to it. It's honestly been getting such great reviews. But if you have my type of dry skin, if you're desert dry like I am, stay away from it, because I don't think it's an experience you're going to enjoy. I tried these Smashbox Metal Effect eyeliners, and these are not an eyeliner I recommend. They're okay. I don't find them to be super pigmented. I don't find that they have the greatest staying power, and also I feel like the colors sound a lot more exciting than what they actually are. Look at the swatches right there. They're just like a bit lackluster in my opinion. There's nothing too exciting about these from Smashbox, and Smashbox is not like a drugstore brand, so I honestly expected more, and I don't recommend these. This One Size Beauty SPF 28 mattifying sunscreen makeup setting spray, I feel like it wants to do a lot, and I don't really see any change on my face when I spray it. I don't enjoy the experience. I just never enjoy the experience of applying this on my face. It makes it hard to breathe when you first apply it. I don't like the smell of it. It smells like a fruit. I can't tell exactly which fruit it smells like, but I don't like it. I don't believe in the SPF 28 that this claims to offer the face, because it really doesn't feel like anything once you apply it. And I also don't think it's mattifying. Like if you were to buy it because you're oily and you think this is going to mattify your skin, I'm dry and it doesn't even mattify my dry skin, so it's not going to work for you if you're oily. I'm sorry, I love a lot of other One Size Beauty products that I've tried, but this one was just not for me. More sunscreen protection over here. This is the Hydro Prime from Anastasia SPF 50 Broad Spectrum Sunscreen. This gives you the glowiest skin ever, not necessarily in like the most fantastic way. Take it from someone who loves glowy skin. I think this is a bit too much because not only is it super shiny, but anything you put on top of it, I feel like it transfers through. Like you're still super shiny after you apply the foundation over top of it. As far as the hydration of it is concerned, it is an incredibly hydrating product, so my very dry skin does love that about it. It's also $50. I don't think this is bad, but I honestly don't think it's good enough to be worth the $50 price point. If you have oily skin, you're going to hate it. I think if you have combination skin, you're gonna hate it. I have very dry skin and I have a hard time liking it, so I don't think this is a product that I recommend. Now I just looked it up on the Sephora website to see the price, because I was like, I'm pretty sure it's like high 40s, and it's $48. But then my eyes wandered to the rating, and I was like, I wonder what other people think of it, and I saw it has almost a 5-star rating. It says like 4.7 or something like that. So I scrolled down to the reviews. It says 4.7, 638 reviews, and then when I looked at the comments, it says most of them are incentivized reviews. So I like that the Sephora app gives you the option of seeing the non-incentivized reviews only, and there are only, out of the 620 whatever reviews this had, there's only 2 reviews that are not incentivized. One of them is a 3-star, the other one is a 2-star. So not incentivized reviews, which there are only 2 of them, it's like a 2.5-star product, but I guess all of the 600 and something incentivized reviews really drove up the ratings. So definitely keep an eye on the ratings of products, because there's a lot of incentivized reviews out there. And also, if any one of you is someone who does incentivize reviews for companies, know that you don't have to give it a 5-star review just because it was sent to you for free. I'm pretty sure you can continue receiving free products to review if you don't give everything a 5-star rating. I remember when I first started doing YouTube videos, there was this company, and I forgot the name of it, but there was this company that would send you free products in exchange for reviews. Not like posting reviews, but like reviewing it on like an app like Sephora. And nowhere did it say you had to give it a perfect score in order to keep getting products, you know? Anyways. Moving on to this foundation here, this is the Lancome Skin Tint, which I was so excited to try. I honestly had super high expectations for this one. I thought it would become an absolute favorite of mine, and there are a lot of things I really like about it. I love the coverage of it, and I really love how thin and weightless it feels on the skin. What I don't love about it is, even for me, and I like glowy makeup, but sometimes it's just a little too much. And this is just a little too much glow. Every time I take out this product to wear it, I have to powder extra, okay? Because it is just too glowy for my personal liking. If you like to be wet looking when you leave your house, you need this product. You will absolutely love it. But I like the natural dewy look. I don't like to be as wet looking all over the face. And so this one, even though I really wanted to love it and there are things about it I really love, this one is not for me. When it comes to Lancome, my favorite foundation formula of theirs is still their Care and Glow foundation. That one, 100 out of 10. It's so good. I love it. Moving on to the new Rare Beauty glosses, which I fell in love with. This is the type of gloss formula I really love. It has a bit of pigment, but not too much. It's super juicy, it's not sticky, and it has a pretty decent amount of lasting power to it. These all have a bit of extra shine to them with little tiny particles in there, but you don't really see them once you put them on your lip. They kind of just make your lips look extra juicy, but you don't see the frosty bits. And I really love the smell of them. This one I just put on was the shade Spark. I just thought it worked nicely with what I had underneath. Anyways, I do like these. I recommend them. If you haven't tried them yet, definitely try them, and they're pretty affordable. Another line of lip glosses I tried were these right here from Valentino Beauty. And my bottom line on these is I don't really think they're worth the price. They're cute. The packaging is, I would say, high-end packaging, not luxury packaging. They're plastic, the cap is plastic. They don't look super impressive, and once you apply them on your lips, there's nothing incredibly different about them. There's also nothing wrong with them. They're glossy, they're shiny, they're juicy, they plump your lips really nicely without hurting, which is always nice, but I don't think that they're worth the price. You're just paying Valentino for their brand with these. There's other Valentino Beauty products I swear by, like their foundation and concealer, worth every single penny, but when it comes to these glosses, they're okay. One of my most favorite products and one of my most highly recommended products this time around has got to be these right here from Charlotte Tilbury, the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Healthy Glow Blush Sticks. I got 2 shades, the shade Rosy Glow and Peachy Glow, and Ever since the first video where I first tried them, I can wear Rosy Glow every once in a while, but the one color I have not been able to stop using is the Peachy Glow. I've worn this blush every chance I've gotten since I purchased this product, and I even did a rankings video with all of the cream blushes in my collection, and I believe this was my number one. I'm wearing it in today's video, but I barely applied it. I just did a tiny bit of it, and that's one of the things I love about it. It's very customizable. You can get a lot of blush out of it or a tiny bit of blush out of it. I like that it has a beautiful glowy finish to it that makes your cheeks look glowy and youthful without enhancing any texture on the face. And another favorite thing about this one, and one that really makes it stand above a lot of other cream blushes in my collection, is the staying power is insane. Okay, cream blushes, I have other blushes in my collection that are cream that have a pretty good staying power to them, but they end up like fading a bit after you're wearing it for 10 hours. Not this one, not this one. If you have trouble with makeup fading on you, you need to try these cream blushes from Charlotte Tilbury, because the staying power on these is insane. So I love them. I highly recommend them, and I think they're worth every single penny. I also tried the new Dior cream blush sticks, specifically in the shade Rosewood, and I gotta say I really love this one as well. But if I were to compare it with the Charlotte one, it's a bit less pigmented, which could be a positive, because I don't like my blushes in a lot of occasions to be too pigmented. I like to be able to build them up, and so this one just starts off a bit more gently, if you will, and then you can build it up or blend it down to your desired intensity. The one little tiny problem I have with this one, and the reason I like the Charlotte one better, is that this doesn't fully sink in or dry down on your face. Like, there's a teeny bit of like a, I don't want to say tackiness, because tackiness might be a harsh word for it, but you do feel it on your cheeks a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Not enough for your hair to stick to it, not enough for you to feel that it's heavy on your cheeks or anything, but there's just this like 2% that doesn't fully dry down. With this blush, there's this just extra bit of glow that it always has. It almost feels a tiny bit balmy, and I prefer when I don't feel my makeup on my face at all. So for that reason, I love the Charlotte ones a little better than this one. You just feel these a tiny bit on your cheeks, but it's still a fantastic product, and I still recommend it unless you're someone who like hates feeling makeup on your face. I can put it on and blend it out and forget about it just fine, but if I go to like pay attention and like touch my face and see if I can feel it or not, I can't feel this one just a tiny bit in comparison to something like the Charlotte one. With that said though, I love it. The packaging is phenomenal, and I do recommend it. When I reviewed the Makeup by Mario bronzer, the new Makeup by Mario bronzer, I got a couple of comments of people being confused because this wasn't new. And I like had it in the back of my mind that I had tried a Makeup by Mario bronzer in the past as well, but this is in fact a new product. When I reviewed it though, I didn't know that it was just a reformulation of an existing product. So yes, this did exist, and yes, this is new. Both things are true at once. The reason they reformulated it is this is now talc free. As far as like my review of the formula, it's good. It blends out nicely, it builds up nicely, it is a bit blurring to the face, but it didn't blow my socks off. It's just okay in my opinion. There is one other powder bronzer I tried this time around that I liked better than the Makeup by Mario one, and that is the new bronzer from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the bronzer I've been wearing this entire video. It's called the Smooth Blur Bronzer, and I have mine in the shade Warm Sand Vibes, which as you can see, it's not too warm. It's more of a neutral type bronzer formula, and I really like it. This one is blurring to the face. It builds up beautifully. It blends out beautifully. It combines great with anything I've put it on top of, and so for all of those reasons, I do love it and highly recommend it. Now, I do want to note that something did happen to me with it, and I don't know if it was something I did or if this is a recurrent problem with this formula, so please let me know in the comment section below, because I am recommending it. But mine hard panned a little bit, and I don't know if maybe one day I used a brush that had product left in it, or I had just cleaned it and it was a bit wet and it made it hard pan. But it did hard pan, so I just scrubbed it off today to use it again. And of course I had no trouble getting it to come back alive, but it was an issue that I did have, and I don't know if it was something I did or if it's a recurring problem with this formula, so I wanted to let you guys know. Kosas added more colors to their blush line, and I tried them when they did. These are better for people who have medium and tanned complexions. I'm usually unsure when it comes to blushes that have baked formulas, unless they're Hourglass, because I know that they won't disappoint. But sometimes, and it's happened with the Kosas powder to me before, I feel like they bake things for like a little too long and then they don't have enough pigmentation, and that is not at all what happened with these. I do find that these have incredible pigmentation, incredible performance. They last for a long time on. They're blurring, they apply fantastically. Also, I believe that they needed to add deeper shades to their range, and they did that with this line. And so I like them, and the only reason I'm not even more excited about these is that the colors they sent over are not the colors I would have picked for myself. If you're on the market for a fantastic translucent setting powder and you want it to be very affordable, please, please, please give Sephora collection a try. The new Blur It powder from Sephora collection in the shade pink is fantastic. The formula is incredible. It reminds me a lot of my favorite translucent powder of all time, which is the Danessa Myricks translucent powder, and this is a lot more affordable. I'm wearing it today and I have been wearing it ever since I tried it. It is such a fantastic translucent setting powder. 10 out of 10, highly recommend, in particular because it is super affordable. So you guys need to try this one. As soon as you finish your current powder, give this one a try and thank me later. You're not going to regret it. The Sephora Special Effects eyeliners. This is what I expected those metallic ones from Smashbox to be like, and they were a huge disappointment. This is what I wanted out of those. This is a special metallic eyeliner that I love and recommend. I guess Sephora collection product launches have been killing it for me lately. This is great. It is a multi-chromatic eyeliner. You can use it on top, you can use it in the waterline, and it works great. I love it. And the other product I loved from them was this multi-chrome liquid eyeshadow. I actually used these two together to create an eyeshadow look when I first tried them, and I was obsessed, in love. I was able to do a one and done eyeshadow look with this liquid eyeshadow because it honestly blends out so easily, and it creates this like shadowy, smoky effect, see, when you blend it out. So I smoked it out on the crease of my eye, and then I just added a bit more of the red intensity to the eyelid, and it was a look, okay, with just these two products, and it was dramatic and it was shifty and it was beautiful. I honestly loved it. So check out Sephora collection. These were great, and Sephora collection is the most affordable brand you can buy at Sephora, so I loved it. I highly recommend these. I have a bunch of Sephora collection products in here because they launched a bunch of new things at once, and I wanted to test them out, and honestly most of them were an absolute hit. There was one exception though, and this was not one of their new products. It was just one that I hadn't tried yet. I'm talking about the Sephora collection contour stick. I got mine in the shade Fair to Light, and this was invisible on my skin. I don't want to tell you it's bad, but I was definitely not impressed with it, and it looks like, if you look at it, it looks like it's a color that would show up on my face, but it is very gray, and once you blend it out, it like disappears. I don't want to tell you it's bad because maybe I just got a shade that was wrong for me, but I was not impressed. So we'll leave it at that. When I filmed that video, I told you guys I had to further test the concealer because I liked it okay the day I wore it, but I did see that it creased a tiny bit, and I wasn't sure if it was the translucent powder or the concealer. I can now confirm to you that it was the concealer. The translucent powder is perfection. As I said, 10 out of 10. The concealer did crease on me a tiny bit that day, and I've worn it with other products, and it does crease on me a teeny tiny bit sometimes. Not bad. I can still make it work okay, but if I had to rate it, I would now give it like an 8.5 out of 10, you know, because after a few hours it does start to crease for me a tiny bit no matter what I set it with, which is a huge shame because this concealer was great in the sense that it has a beautiful medium coverage and in the sense that it's a super lightweight product that sinks right into my skin, which looks very natural, and in that sense that is exactly what I want from a concealer. I just wish it didn't move afterwards, you know? So that is my feedback on that. And then I also tried the Best Skin Ever foundation, which I loved. If you have oily skin, combination skin, normal skin, try this. It's affordable, it has great coverage and incredible lasting power. It applies super evenly, looks very natural on the skin. It is honestly a fantastic foundation. Now, if you have super desert dry skin like me and you don't like to look matte, don't get it. If you have desert dry skin like mine and you don't mind looking matte, get it, because the only thing that this did for me, even though it says that it is a natural finish foundation, on my super dry skin it's not a natural finish foundation, it is a matte finish foundation. Did it make me look dry? No, it did not make me look dry. It simply made me look matte. Personally, I can look matte, okay? It's not the biggest problem in the world, but I prefer something with a natural finish, so it's not going to become a favorite of mine. With that said, does it work for my dry skin? Yes, it does. I just simply look matte instead of the natural finish it promised. This powder right here from Saie Beauty is a great finishing powder, and for a finishing powder, I do highly recommend it. Kind of to use it like you would an hourglass finishing powder. What this does not do for me and what I will not recommend it for is to set your under eyes with. I don't think this is a good powder to set your under eyes with, but it is a fantastic finishing powder. I'm wearing it as a finishing powder today. It makes things slightly less shiny. It doesn't really add a lot of coverage. It doesn't really blur that much, but it does kind of tame down the shine of the products you're wearing underneath. Now, underneath the eyes, I feel like it's a bit too heavy, so I don't love it for that. So do with that information what you will. I have a few little knickknacks left. I have the Oil Infusion Lip Oil from Sephora collection. I love the smell of this. It's lightweight, it makes your lips nice and glowy. It doesn't really have a long staying power at all. I feel like majority of lip oils don't. But some do, and this one doesn't. I think it's definitely worth it for the price. I love the smell of it. I love the very light tint of it, but just keep in mind you'll have to carry it with you to reapply throughout the day. This right here from e.l.f. was definitely a very interesting product to try recently. This is pretty great for two reasons. I mainly bought it to use it as a cheek tint, and I loved it as a cheek tint. I'm wearing it today underneath the Charlotte blush, but it's kind of pointless because the Charlotte blush covered it. Anyways, here's what I loved about this one. Very customizable. You can put it on. Let me just add more to show you, I guess. Since this wasn't a product I reviewed in a long form video, you can blend it out. It blends effortlessly. It builds up beautifully, and it has a super long staying power. If you put this on your lips, it will be on your lips till the end of times. It is a true stain type product, so keep that in mind. Putting it on the cheeks is not an issue because you're putting it on top of foundation, and so it's not going to stain your skin necessarily, but when you put it on bare lips, it'll be there, okay? I love it. I honestly really love it. It's like $5, so super affordable if you're in the market for a super nice lip and cheek tint for $5. I love this one. It works great and I highly recommend it. I don't even know if I have to update you guys on this because I've worn it every day since I tried it. This is the new Natasha eyeliner in taupe. I am wearing it today. I've worn it with every single eye look I've done since the day it arrived to my house. This was previously available in a mini size as part of a set, but she just released it for the first time on its own, and it truly is the perfect taupe eyeliner that will match every single eye look you do, every single makeup look you do. You guys, please do yourself a favor and grab this because you are not going to regret it. The Natasha Denona foundation is launching soon. If you buy it from her website, just add this to your cart along with the foundation so that you get the free shipping. You will not regret it. Use code PATTY15 at checkout for 10% off. But seriously, it is such a fantastic eyeliner to have. It doesn't make any eye look too harsh. It just gives you the perfect amount of like extra smokiness to your look. It finished any eye look up beautifully. I couldn't recommend it enough. 15 out of 10. You guys need it. Please grab it. Thank me later. I feel like I have some very great things to say about this Huda Beauty lip contour stain, but at the same time it's like not going to become a favorite product of mine. Here's the thing. I am a lip stain hater, and for a lip stain hater, this is a lip stain I don't hate. Okay? I think it works great and it has a pretty long staying power. With that said, I just rather use a lip liner and a gloss. I'm set in my old ways, I guess. I really have to give this one more chances. I've worn it maybe like 3 to 4 times and it performs okay, but I'm just not blown away by it. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same about lip stains? Like, they're okay. Do I recommend it? If you're curious about it, absolutely try it. If you are someone who likes lip stains, that one's great. But as a lip stain hater, it's fine. This blush right here from Anastasia, 10 out of 10. Love it. Highly recommend it. I got it in the shade Peach, which has these 3 shades right here. And I've worn this one a bunch of times since I got it. Great staying power, incredible pigmentation. And my favorite thing about a product like this one is that you can very easily customize your blush shade. You can customize it by tapping back and forth between the shades you want on, or simply tapping the color you want on your cheek and then adding a bit of a layer of a different shade on top and customizing it on your cheek that way. This blush allows you to do all of that. I think it's absolutely worth the money. You get multiple blushes in one, very easy to carry with you and travel with. I loved it. I highly recommend this product. This new Anastasia blush trio and the new powder bronzer were an absolute hit for me. I loved them. This NYX Lip IV right here in the shade Hydra Honey is the product I've been wearing on my lips, or that I was initially wearing on my lips when the video first started. This product is fantastic. I love it. It lasts for a pretty long time on the lips. I love that it's pretty pigmented as well, and it has this beautiful shine to it. On top of that, it also has a bit of a tint in the formula, so when the shine goes away, you're supposed to still have a bit of color remaining underneath. That part of it I don't really care for. I just rather reapply the product, but I do love the color, I do love the finish, and I do love the coverage that it offers on the lips. Plus it's NYX and it's affordable, so highly recommended. 10 out of 10. You guys need it. Also try this hard candy lip liner, and I also really love it. Here's the shade I chose, which is a perfect neutral lip liner shade that you can combine with so many things. I believe the color of it is called First Move. This was super affordable. I got it on Walmart, and anything I've combined it with I have loved. It has a pretty long staying power. If you're on the market for a super affordable lip liner that is going to have a pretty decent amount of coverage and last for quite a while on your lips, definitely check out the ones from Hard Candy, because these are pretty great. And there is one last product here, the NYX Duck Plumping Lip Liner. I honestly forgot I had tried this one. It had been a while. It kind of got lost in my bin here, but I do remember really liking it. And you can see, like, in comparison to the Hard Candy one, it's a bit more pigmented, which is nice. Pretty long staying power. I gotta say, I wasn't the biggest fan of like this tip shape. I just rather my lip liners be very thin. I know you're supposed to like lay it on the side to line and then fill it in and whatever, but I just rather have a lip liner that is on the thinner side. Anyways, this was great. I'm gonna give it like an 8.7 out of 10. If you're on the market for affordable lip liners, check out NYX and check out Hard Candy, because both of those were honestly pretty good. Check it out. This is it. I'm done with my bin of products I needed to update you on. Like I said, all of these I've worn multiple times, and this is after having them in my collection for several weeks to a month, how I feel about them. I really hope that this video was helpful. If you liked it, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please don't leave without subscribing so you can be up to date in all of the new makeup goodies that are coming out, especially now with the fall season beginning and all of the products that are coming soon. I'm super excited. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.